Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 51 of Photo Critiques. And in Photo Critiques, people send me in some of their best work, and I critique each shot with suggestions on how they can improve it. And today, I'm pleased to critique the work of Tom Lee. Tom sent me in a real nice variety of work. Let's get started. This one's a very intriguing image. I mentioned before you'd like to get contrast in your shots if possible, meaning something soft against something hard, something old like this castle-like structure and something new like this building here. So it's kind of a cool contrast. So you try to incorporate stuff like that in your pictures, and I talked about in the past contrasting colors and stuff like that. So this is nice, old and new. The only suggestion about the shot itself is in post-processing. It's a little dark. We're lacking a lot of detail, especially in this new building that's going up. So I would say if you just pulled shadows up a little bit, you get some more detail in this structure here, and you could see, you know, the windows and whatnot. And you know, it's a nice side light. So that's all I would suggest, is maybe just pull up the shadows a little bit so you get some more detail in the shot. This shot's pretty cool. I mentioned before, and Tom did a great job here, odd numbers of things seem to work better in shots. This is like a real old, you know, axiom in photography. So you one boat is better than two boats, and three boats is better than two boats. So very nicely done. He ended up getting the boats in nicely in a nice kind of diagonal row here. Got all their anchor points in also in the frame. This is kind of a tough shot. This is kind of like a tweener time. You can see there's some haze back here, and it looks like the sun is just starting to get high enough for where it's burning off kind of the mist that was on the water. So it's kind of a tough thing to expose for. You could see it's borderline bright, but he did a really nice job of getting the exposure as good as he could get it. I think if he was here maybe an hour earlier, this would have been a more dynamic shot. So this might have been a shot that you'd like to revisit if possible, and get there you know, right when the sun is rising or right when the sun is setting. This shot here is interesting. You know, you got the surfer over here. One thing, these are diagonal lines, kind of the wave heads as they go, you know, the edges of the waves. So they're kind of, you know, diagonal lines going diagonally through the picture. And what you should keep in mind is, those of us that read text, we read left to right. So we will tend to look at diagonal lines from the left to the right when they're angled this way. So it's unbalanced looking because your subject is at the beginning of where we're going to look. So we're starting to look over here, and as we go through, there's the subject, and then there's really not much else here. So what probably would have been a more dynamic image, if possible, if Tom was tilted the camera more to the left and had this subject up over here somewhere. I think it would have been a better flow as you looked at the image. So keep that in mind. If you have diagonal lines, particularly ones that are going from the lower left to the upper right, try to get what you want the eyes to rest on, the subject, towards the right of the frame, and that will balance the shot a little better. This shot's a nice, you know, with nice color. You know, this church appears to be, it might be a schoolhouse. Very nice color, very nice processing. The perspective, the actual like layout of the shot, I don't care for as much. We have some dead branches coming down in here. You know, we don't see all of the, I'm going to call it a schoolhouse. We don't see all of it. You know, maybe swing around. This looks like it would have been a really nice subject to get a shot of, and I don't like that it's obscured. This is a pretty cool shot. I like everything about it. This is a minimalist, you know, kind of shot. We have this empty space up here, the bird here. It's a little bit bullseye, a little bit in the middle. I might want to have experimented with having it more in the corner of the frame over here. I think over to the lower right might have been something to experiment with. But all in all, very nice shot, very nice processing. I like this shot a lot. This shot here, this is tough to expose for, but you could see the light was a little harsh, and we do have these converging lines of the railings and the lady standing in the middle. Very nicely done. He did a great job of controlling the light. The light was a little harsh, but he got some nice specular highlights off the waves. What I would suggest, we have a nice contrast between her dark dress and these light railings. And a way to maybe exploit that a little bit is we have all this dead space up here that isn't really adding to the shot that much, in my opinion. So I would get a graduated filter. I would really make it dark, and I would pull a grad filter down. Something, if I can make it straight, something like that. And then I would probably go in and go to highlights, and I'd pull highlights up a little bit. See what I could do with. It's hard without the raw file, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the focus to be this white railing and her dark dress. So I want to exploit that and even make this kind of light too, so we're really being led into the darkness of her dress and we're not being distracted by the lightness of the sky. So that's why I put that heavy graduated filter on there to make it really dark. So that's something I would suggest in if you had the raw file, the color raw file, you'd be more apt to be able to manipulate this photograph to create something that would make real strong diagonal lines in the shot. This is an interesting shot too, kind of a little restaurant and the people in the restaurant. It's overall a little dark, and what I would suggest on this one is I would take the shadows up a little bit, and the reason why I would do that is you bring out a lot more detail of what we're missing. Now it seems the contrast is very low too, but like this woman here, or man, it's actually a man, is wearing a really filthy, dirty coat. It's really dirty, and when we had the original shot, we really don't notice that. And so I would say to process it so you could see a little more detail, because this is a busy shot, and if we're just looking at kind of real darkness, it's not as interesting. We see this guy's face, we see that this girl's looking away, he's looking away, everyone else is kind of looking down at their fingers or their phones or their food. But beyond that, there's not a lot to catch our eye, and I think if we brighten it up a little bit, we could see some more interesting things. This shot I like a lot too. This is a very interesting shot. People like kind of looking at the ground as they walk. Again, it's a little dark, but I kind of like that effect. It kind of brings your eye to look more right here instead of stuff over here. So this is one way to process it. Again, if you wanted to try bringing highlights up a little bit just to bring out a little more detail out in here, you could do that. But all in all, it's a very, very nice shot. This is my favorite shot that he sent. This is just beautiful color, beautiful kind of a natural frame of this tree line going like this U shape right here, and you get the rock and the waterfall. It's just beautiful shot, and that's just a fantastic shot. Nothing much I could say that he could do anything better with it. I like everything about that shot. So it's a very nice shot, Tom, and I really do appreciate you sending me in your images to critique. Some very, very nice shots, very talented, and I really enjoyed it. And that's it for episode 51. And just a quick note that I haven't done, I know, some Lightroom videos in a little bit. I have some more planned. They'll be coming out in the next few days. And I have some Photoshop and Photoshop Elements videos that'll be coming out too. So you'll see those next couple days. I don't know how frequent I'll be able to do a lot of stuff in December, because like everyone else, this is a busy month for me. But I'll do the best I can to get a lot of training videos out and some articles written for my website, so be sure you visit over there. Thank you everyone that has visited and watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. And do me a favor, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my videos on YouTube. Thank you very much.